The data models the number of hours a student plays video games each week to the cumulative grade point average. Part A. Use data to find the correlation coefficient rounded to 2 decimals. To do this, we need to input the data into a list. So we'll hit stat and then enter. If you have stuff in your list already, we will clear it out. Highlight L1 and L2 and press clear. And then we'll go in and enter in our values. To jump to L2, we'll use the arrow key to jump over to the right and enter in the GPAs. After you enter in the data, take a few seconds to double check, make sure you don't have any typos. From here, we will exit that screen, so hit second mode or second quit to jump back to the home screen. Next, we'll go back to the stat button. This time we want to go right to calculate, and we want to go down to 4, or you could just press 4. We're looking for linear regression AX plus B. Do not confuse that with 8, which is very similar. We're looking for linreg AX plus B. Hit enter. And at this point, your screen may look slightly different. If you have an 83 compared to my 84, your calculator might look slightly different. Make sure that it's pulling from L1 and L2. And we're going to go down to store the regression equation. To type this in, we're going to go to vars. And go right to yvars, and then enter, enter, and then enter one more time to go down to calculate, enter one more time, and it's going to give us regression equation. At this point, the calculator should have given me R, but notice it didn't. So I need to cut the diagnostic on. If your calculator also did not give you R, we need to go down to the catalog. So hit second, catalog, and we're looking for diagnostics. So if we hit this button to get to the D's, it's a little bit faster. We're going to scroll down to diagnostic on. Diagnostic on. Notice got it highlighted. Hit enter. Should see it on your screen. Hit enter again and it'll say done. Now when we ask for the regression equation, it'll also give us R. So let's repeat the previous process that we did earlier. I'm going to clear that. Go back to stat, calc, and then number 4, linreg AX plus B. Go down to calculate. And notice now it's giving me R squared and R. R is what we're looking for. That is the correlation coefficient. And in this case, the directions are to round it to 2 decimals. So R is roughly negative 0.86. Find the regression equation, or the equation of the regression line. We already have that. Notice it's y equals ax plus b. Notice you're given a and b already there. So let's just use 2 decimals here. Y is equal to negative 0.09x plus 3.27. That's the equation of the regression line. And now part C is saying, use the regression equation, which we just found, to predict the GPA of a student who plays 15 hours of video games per week. So we can think of that as y equals negative 0.09. Remember, x represents the hours of video games, so we'll plug in 15 and see what this gives us. Negative 0.09 times 15 plus 3.27. This is giving us 1.92. So a student who plays 15 hours of video games per week, according to this data, will have a GPA of 1.92. Now, if you wanted to see the graph, we could go to the stat plot and notice that it's already on. If it's not on, change it to on. And now we can graph it. But in order to see the graph, we want to hit zoom 9. And you can see the data has been plotted. Also, the regression equation has been plotted for us. Notice that the data does look linear. There is a downward trend as your X increases. In other words, as the number of hours playing video games increases, the Y is decreasing. So your GPA is going down the more video games you play.